Popeye is one of the most famous characters done by Fleischer Studios. Elise Cristal-Cigar, Popeye's original creator, had him originally featured in Thimble Theater comic strips starting in 1929. In 1933, Fleischer Studios adopted the character and many other characters found in the comic and created the series Popeye the Sailor through Paramount Pictures. Moving into the animated series, Popeye's character stuck to the famous elasticity characteristics with overly exaggerated squash and stretch, as well as a lack of skeletal structure, known as Fleischer's staple. The character was an instant success and recognized all around for his huge forearms and lucky can of spinach. Although not as famous as the Disney characters that were being created at this time, Popeye was wildly popular with children as well as young adults and older audiences, as it was mainly found in city settings and centered around crude humor and violence. The cartoon would later be regarded as one of the most famous Hollywood cartoons of all time. Popeye was unique in its animation process from many of the other cartoons being created at this time period. Many of the shorts created used real 3D models as their backgrounds to create a huge sense of depth in the cartoons. These 3D models were built in celluloid with the actual characters painted on them were placed in front of the models as the shots were being taken frame by frame. It introduced a whole new level of depth and detail that separated and individualized Fleischer Studios from the Disney design, which a lot of other studios had been copying at the time. All Popeye cartoons have been produced in black and white, similar to the many other studios that were doing this during the time period. But as soon as Disney's contract with Technicolor ended in 1935, Fleischer Studios adopted the technique and immediately created 3 Popeye specials that were about 20 minutes long, much longer than their usual 6-minute cartoons. These specials included Popeye the Sailor meets Sinbad the Sailor, Popeye the Sailor meets Alibaba's 40 Thieves, and Aladdin and His Wonderful Lamp. These specials were wildly popular and helped Fleischer Studios match the caliber and popularity of Disney. In 1941, Fleischer Studios was fired from Paramount Pictures, and Famous Studios would take over the production of the Popeye cartoons. By 1943, Technicolor was fully adopted by the studio, and all Popeye cartoons from then on were made in color. In total, there was over 120 Popeye shorts created starting from 1933. The series would remain Paramount Pictures' staple release for over 25 years. The last short was created in 1957. Popeye was then bought from Paramount Pictures and went on to be made into movies and more TV shows, but none to the caliber and success of the original Paramount shorts. Popeye is still enjoyed to this day and will remain one of the cartoon classics that will always be remembered and loved.